So in the point in circle example, this is going to check if one point that we are going to give within a circle that we are going to give is contained within this. So the first part will be to draw the circle and then to draw the point using the turtle functions that we have previously already seen, then display the status, and we say that if the if is in within the radius, that the point is inside the circle, or if it's otherwise, we have one solution that it's outside the circle. So let us run this program, point in circle. So here we need to enter the center of a circle. So let's use the 0, 0 coordinates. And the radius of the circle, let it be a radius of 50, for example. And a point, let's let that point be for coordinates, for example, 15, 20. And so what happened is that it has been drawn. And as you can see, since we have a radius of 50, then of course 50 like this and 50 like this. And so we needed to check to make sure that it's not outside of the circle. And so the point is inside the circle. Let me do another example where I'm going to make use of the same circle with the same radius, but this time I'm going to give coordinates of a point which is at 50 in the x, but that is also at 50 in the y. And let's see what this gives us. And as you can see, this is a point which is outside the circle. So the great thing about this program is that we make use of the turtle module to draw everything, and we draw the first circle that we have provided, we draw the point, and we check if the point is inside or outside the circle. Let me make use of the same point, but this time with a different radius for the circle. So we start with a center at 0, 0, but this time with 100 for the circle, and we make use of the 50, 50 coordinates. And this is our circle, and now our point is inside the circle. So the verification comes here. The d, the distance actually, which is computed, which is x2 minus x1 times x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1 plus y2 minus y1 square root. So here we have not made use of the square root function, although it does exist in the math module. We have simply exponentiated everything at 0.5. But we could have done the square root module as well in the math module. And so if the distance is less or equal to the radius, then because this is actually the distance that is calculated between the point and the center. Okay, so this is this distance right here. If this distance is less than the radius, then of course, if it's less than the radius, then it's inside the circle. If it's more than the radius, then it's outside of the circle. Of course, we made an equal because we consider that if it's on the edges of the circle, on the perimeter of the circle, then it counts. Well, it will count as a point inside the circle. We consider, of course, that here, just for drawing purposes, we have given a bit of a diameter to that point, but actually a point has no diameter. A point is really just a single point. It has no radius, a radius of 0. So it being on the edges mean that it's part of the circle. And otherwise, it's outside of the circle. And of course, in the end, we hide the turtle cursor and we put a turtle down in order to have a window loop that continues going on. So I hope you enjoyed this example, this final example of chapter 4, point in a circle, where we make use of conditionals and graphic representation, which is a beautiful tool in Python. And I'll see you in chapter 5.